Hello everybody. Today I will show you how to use a log4j, how to log messages in our console, and then how to replace it with um, lombok and how to reduce boilerplate code. So here I have a project with two classes in it. There's main class with the public static void main and just a sample full class, which does some calculations. There's just a method, but it could be any kind of method. Plus, since this is Maven project, I have a dependency here for log4j. As you can see, this dependency is available and you can get it from online, or you can just copy and paste the code. We will make sure that the source code is available from GitHub. So how do we usually use log4j? So in order to log, first of all, well, we have to create a log4j a properties file where we define some settings for log4j. So I set up just simple configuration here, which will be logging our messages into our console whenever we run the application. So this is standard out, and just a pattern here, which will be the year and the time and the level. And I put the root loggers logging level as trace to make sure that we're going to log all the messages. But usually you won't do that, but let's go with trace. So here I'm on my main class. What we do is we'll write this line where we create an instance of our logger. So this is public static logger log, and then we're getting the log manager, and we are logging for this class. That's why I have main.class here, which says that messages are coming from this class. And in order to use it, let's use it here. I'm gonna do log dot maybe info and the message, this is from me, right? So if I run this, it will build it, and here is it. So we set it to info, so this is the info message. We set the time and date, and this is the thread, this is the class where it comes from, and the message itself. So imagine our project's becoming huge and we have tons of classes. So for each class, we will have to have the same stuff in order to make sure we have the logging. So here I have another logging for my foo class, but in this case, here I will have to provide foo, the name of the class. And here let's log something. So, oops, sorry, log dot maybe warn here. So this is warning from foo class. Okay. So if I use that class here, foo dot do some calculations. Let me just provide two random numbers, and if I run this, we will see two messages now here. Give me 1 second. There it is. So this is from main, and this warn message is coming from foo class. So why do we need this? To make sure that we know where our logging coming from, where our messages are coming from. And first of all, why do we need these messages in first place, you would ask. Well, these messages are needed to track and see from inside our application when we run it. We want to see what is happening, because as time flies and as our project grows, there will be tons and tons of classes, messages, calculations, calls, API calls, and a bunch of stuff. And in some place, it may break. Something may happen and application crashes. And we need to know why it crashed, where it crashed, what happened. So we need to know the history. So that history is here. Each class writing this is a task. And as a human being, we may forget, or something may happen and we do some mistakes while we're creating this. And it is very bad practice to have this message for each class. It's kind of repetitive task that you have to maintain. So in order to reduce this boilerplate code, there is a lombok. Well, lombok provides the boilerplate reducing functionality for a bunch of methods like getters and setters, equals, hash code, and others. And plus, it provides this as an annotation. So let's replace this instances of logger with some annotation class. So in order to do that, in our POM, we will have to add our lombok dependency. So this is how you would add it, and then refresh your Maven project. And when it comes to actually using it, what you would do is, in our class level, you would just add log4j2 annotation. And as soon as you add this, it says there is an error. The error is because we already have this instance of the logger here. So what we do is we would just get rid of this now. As you can see, error goes away, and you don't need these two imports now anymore because this is handled by log4j, but by lombok. So let's do the same thing in foo. So we don't need this, and we would add slf. log4j2, and we do get rid of these imports. And you can see how our code becomes, we're having less code. The code becomes slimmer, and that's it. So the log is still available, although we don't have the instance of it, but this annotation provides the log now for us. So if you run it now, you would see that we still have those logs, although we got rid of the instance. So this way, we are reducing our boilerplate, making our code cleaner, leaner, and more maintainable. So thank you.